Okay, now we'll see the next paper, 2016. Okay, this is a 2016 paper. Here in this also arrays related program is only adding of two matrices. There is only one program which is used to add the two matrices. Okay, and another program related to the strings, okay, character arrays, and another one is two matrices addition. Okay, these are the two programs related to the arrays. Okay. Next we will see the another paper, 2015. There is a two papers related to the 2015. Three papers are there. Okay, it's not related to your syllabus, but CP papers. And maximum we have the same syllabus for all the regulations. Is it maybe 19 or maybe 20 regulation or maybe 16 or 13? So whatever maybe the regulation it is, okay, there is the same syllabus. Okay, only that there are some topics may be changed to first unit, second unit, or second to third unit, or third to fourth unit, something like that. Only there is a difference. Other than that, all the topics are same from the previous regulations to the current regulation. Okay. There is only two programs related to the strings, and there is a one more is related to functions. Okay, functions and arrays. Okay, there is a one program and one question. Both are from the strings, character arrays and strings. Okay. Next. Okay, there is another paper. Here we have a program for arrays is this one. Basic operations on arrays, explain how they can be implemented using loops. Okay. So there are some basic operations on the loops, like reading the data and displaying the data and searching the data and inserting the data and deleting the data. Okay, those operations, how we can perform those operations using the loops. Okay, here you can use a one-dimensional arrays. Okay, you need not to go for the two-dimensional arrays. Okay, for this program we can go for the one-dimensional array. Okay, so within our discussion we will get these operations. Okay, అంటే మనకి ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ ఈ రోజు క్లాస్లో మనం ఆపరేషన్స్ కూడా డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. Okay, this is only the program in this operations. Okay, there is another set. There are the other programs are okay, what are the limitations of arrays? Explain how dynamic arrays overcome these limitations. Dynamic arrays is nothing but pointer as an array. Dynamic arrays is nothing but pointer, using a pointer as an array. Okay, that is using a single pointer as an single one-dimensional array, double pointer as an two-dimensional array. Okay, like that. Okay, here you need to show that, okay, what are the limitations of the arrays, what are the disadvantages or what are the drawbacks of the array, and how we can overcome the drawbacks using this pointer to arrays. Okay, so that is the general drawbacks of arrays are, can anybody tell?
Fixed size.
Fixed size, that is a one drawback. Another one,
Wastage of memory.
wastage of memory space. Okay, second, third one,
Dynamic memory.
Yes, memory is allocated in the compilation time. Okay, for arrays, memory is allocated at the compilation time. For the pointers, memory is allocated at the runtime. That is the fourth difference. Okay, and one more. Can anybody say one more difference?
Linker list.
Linker? Linked list, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Okay, array, using the arrays we can create the That is linked list is actually it's applications of the pointers. Okay, whenever you go for creating of advanced data structures using the pointers, then we can go for the linked list. Okay, but there is another limitation is for the arrays we need to specify the size. Okay, without the size we cannot use the arrays, and for the pointers as an array we need not to specify any size. Okay. And after that you can show the how the array is declared, okay, and how the pointer is declared, and how the array is used to enter the values and display the values, and how the pointer is used to enter the values and display the values. Okay, whenever you are writing the limitations of the array, the same you need to show as the advantages of the pointers. Okay, fixed size, variable size. Okay, size is specified in the arrays and size is not specified in the pointers. Okay, arrays is allocated the memory space at compilation time. Pointers are allocated memory at runtime. Okay. Arrays, there is a wastage of memory space if the less number of elements are used than the allocated memory space. Okay. Say if you are allocated the memory space for the 100 elements but you are using only 10 elements, then there is a wastage of memory space. But in the pointers, okay, whatever the number of elements are required, only that many number of memory locations are allocated, okay, so that there is no wastage of memory space. So like this you can write similar to the differences ఎలా రాస్తామో అలా మనం ఒక సైడ్ arrays limitations. So same those limitations you can show as the advantages for the pointers. Okay, okay, there's a question you can write like that. Okay, next one. Here there is related to the arrays is, okay, write a program to read an array from the keyboard, access the elements of an array and copy array into another array. Okay, it's a using pointers adigaru, it's a related to pointers question idi. But you can do with the arrays only. Ante while declaring that you will be declare it as a pointer, but while in the using of that variable you will be use it as an array. So whenever you are declaring that pointer, that variable, you will be declared as a pointer like int asterisk p. Okay, but whenever you are using to read the values and to display the values, they will use as p of I, p of 0, p of 1, p of 2, like that. Okay, so that you will be declare the pointer, but you will be use it as an array. Okay. So you need to show that how to accept the values from the keyboard, that is using a scanf you will be show how to access, and how to copy the elements, that is you will be declare the two arrays and you can copy the one array elements into the another array. Okay. Next one is, here the program is given for how are 2D arrays passed to functions. Okay, it's not related to arrays functions. Okay, there is no program on arrays. Okay, there is no program on arrays in this paper. Okay, that's all. Okay, this is 2015 paper. Okay, next we will see another paper, 2014. Okay, storage classes, functions, comma operator, conditional operators. Okay, there is no question related to arrays in this. Okay. There is no question in this arrays related to arrays. Next, the second another set paper. Okay, that is previously JNTUK has 4 sets of papers. So each student will get the different papers. That is 4 students will get the continuously 4 different papers, and again the next 5th student repeats the first paper. Self-referential structures. Okay, how one structure passed using structures, address, call by address. Okay, here also there is no arrays related programs. I think maybe there is a less syllabus on the arrays in that curriculum. Pointer and character arrays with example. There is a one question here. Okay, this is demonstrate the use of character arrays with an example, that is strings. So you need to show the strings example. Okay, you can write about this character arrays, and then you can write a program example for the character arrays. Okay, there is only one question here. Next is here. So about the two-dimensional array of strings. Okay, that is here you need to create a character array as a two-dimensional array, and you need to access the elements in the array. That is, you need to store the elements, and you can display the elements from the array. Okay, there's another program is to merge the two arrays. Okay, that is the elements are in the sorted order in the two arrays. You need to merge the two arrays elements. Okay, okay, there's one more question. Okay, these are the two questions in this paper, strings related and merging of the arrays. Next, 2017, this is another paper, 2017. Okay, there is no program related to arrays in this. So there is a one swapping of strings using pointers. So this is also related to pointers. Okay. So there is no question on the arrays in this, but don't think that you cannot get any question on the arrays. Okay, you'll get the question on the arrays. You'll get two questions on the arrays. Okay, because one is related to the normal arrays and one can be related to the strings, because the strings and normal are both are the arrays. So you may get the one question from the strings and one question from the normal arrays. Okay. Okay. So now I will go into the regular topic.
మ్యామ్ ఈ పేపర్స్ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టారా మ్యామ్?
ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్టింగ్ లో పెట్టాను. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ పెడతాను ఒకసారి. సో కాబట్టి ఇవన్నీ JNTUK పేపర్స్, అటానమస్ పేపర్స్ కాదు. అటానమస్ పేపర్స్ అవైలబుల్లో లేనట్టున్నాయి, JNTUK పేపర్స్. బట్ యూ కెన్ రిఫర్ ఫర్ ద శాంపుల్ క్వశ్చన్స్. శాంపుల్ క్వశ్చన్స్కి రిఫర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. So now I will continue with our previous class topic. Okay, we have already seen up to the one-dimensional array. That is a declaration of the one-dimensional array, initialization of the one-dimensional array, and memory representation of the one-dimensional array. And we have also seen the example program for the one-dimensional array. Okay, just we have seen only the simple program. Okay, just to initialize and display and accept the elements and display. Okay, only the two programs we have seen. So you can refer all the programs whatever are discussed in your class. Okay. So already manaki offline lo jarigina classes lo arrays complete ayyayi kabatti, so appudu meeru discuss chesina class lo discuss chesina programs okasari refer cheyandi. Okay. Next we will go for the two-dimensional arrays. So this two-dimensional arrays is a collection of elements which are distributed as number of rows and columns. So whenever you want to store the elements as the number of rows and number of columns, then you can use the two-dimensional arrays. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, like any tabular information can be called as a two-dimensional array. Okay, not only in the computers, say for example, whenever you are seeing any table type of information like population details or product details, or whenever you are going to see that is like student marks, okay, one class complete student marks, or okay, any real-time objects like employee details, project details. Okay, so those all are stored as a multiple rows and multiple columns. Okay, those all are considered as the two-dimensional array. Okay, but whenever we are dealing with this two-dimensional arrays, all the elements must be of a same data type. Okay, if you are storing the one element of a float, you can store all the elements are also float. If it is a 1 is the integer, you can store all the elements are also integer. We cannot differentiate the data type. So we can store the only one type of elements as a tabular data. Okay. So like something you say if you are drawing a line in a graphs, if you are drawing some line and you want to store the data related to this line. Okay, what you will do is I will be add the xy pointer values. Okay, say this is the x values, these are the y values. Okay, you'll be give the different x values, x coordinates and y coordinates. Okay, that becomes a 2 rows, 4 columns data. Okay, then the first point is here, the next point is here, and third point and the fourth point like this. Okay, so this is also a table. This is also a two-dimensional array because all the points are of a same data type. Okay, so all are the integers or floats. Okay, so that you can create it as an array, two-dimensional array. Okay, the syntax generally used for the two-dimensional array is similar to the one-dimensional array because here also it requires the data type. Okay, first we'll give the required data type. Okay, so then we will specify the name of the array. Say for example x. Then you can give the based on the requirement of a number of rows and number of columns. You can specify the rows and columns. Say for example 2 comma 2 and 4. Then it creates a one two-dimensional array with the 2 rows and 4 columns. That is 2 rows. Each row has 4 columns. That is nothing but 4 elements. Okay. So in this two-dimensional arrays, whenever you are creating a two-dimensional array, the elements are stored within the column indexes. So the number of elements is related to the columns, okay, not related to the rows. Okay. So this two-dimensional arrays can also be called as a combination of one-dimensional arrays. Can also be called as combination of one-dimensional arrays. Okay. So the multiple one-dimensional arrays can be created as a one two-dimensional array. Okay. Say if you are placing a one line of objects, ఒక line లో మీరు say for example if you are arranged the some boxes, 4 boxes are arranged in the one line. Okay, then you are forming another line to arrange the another set of 4 boxes. Okay, 4 same type of boxes, another 4 boxes in a second line. Okay, and again you are arranging another 4 boxes in the third line and another 4 boxes in the fourth line. Okay, then it forms as a one two dimension. Okay, whenever you have the length and breadth, okay, then that is called as a two-dimensional array. Okay, so the combination of one-dimensional arrays is the two-dimensional array. So this each row is a one-dimensional array. Okay, this x array, x row is a one-dimensional array and y row is a another one-dimensional array. Okay, so for the first one-dimensional array we have a one starting memory location, and for the second one-dimensional array we have another starting memory location. Okay, so these starting memory location addresses will be maintained by the our row indexes, are maintained by the row indexes. Okay, because you can be assume that your memory is like this. Okay, it's a tape. Okay, memory is just a magnetic tape. Okay, it doesn't has any square shape, it doesn't has any rectangular shape, it doesn't has any other shapes. Okay, it has only one shape is like this. Okay, this is divided into the number of locations. Okay, it's a 1 byte size. So 1 byte size ఉంటుంది. It's divided as a number of locations. Okay, this is also actually not like this. Okay, 0 1 2 3 0 1 1 1 something zeros ఉంటాయి. Okay, say for example 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 అనుకున్నాం. Okay, this 8 bits combination is a one location. Okay, this 8 bits combination is a one location. Okay, so like this you may have the number of locations. Say for example for the one integer value you require the 4 bytes. So you have the 4 8 bits combinations. Okay, that is 32 binary values. Okay, will form as a one integer variable. Okay, but for our better understanding, okay, we are writing like this, like a table form and row form, column form, like this. Okay, but it doesn't actually has like that. Okay. Okay, so we will assume that this has a strip of memory. Okay, so there's a first location, second location, third location, fourth, fifth, like that we have the number of locations. Assume that there are the number of locations. Okay, whenever a two-dimensional array is created, first it requires the two locations for the two integer values. Okay, so the first index is 2, so it requires the two locations for two integer values. Okay, so it takes the first two locations for the 0 row and another two locations for the 1 row. Okay, these two locations contains the address of the first one-dimensional array. That is, it contains the address of the first row. It contains the address of first row. Assume that the first row may be stored at somewhere else. Say for example, here there is a first row. Okay, there the 4 values are there. So there is a combination of 8 locations is forming as a first row. Okay, this address of this location is stored within this and it points to this one. Okay, say for example this is the 100 address. Okay, then this 100 address is there within this location. Okay, so that it points to that 100 address. From here you have the 4 integer variables related locations. As in the same way, this one location stores the address of the say for example 200 address of the second row. Okay, these may not be continuous. So each and every one row is in the continuous memory locations, but first row and second row may not be in the continuous. Okay, based on the availability of a space, there might be the continuous may be possible. Okay, but generally it doesn't has any continuous memory locations. Okay, first row is in the continuous, second row in the continuous, but after the first row you cannot get the immediately the second row. Okay, so immediate second row undadu. Okay, so this 200 is the address of your second row. So this may be at the somewhere else. Okay, this may be at the somewhere else. From here you may have the 4 locations, 4 integer locations. Okay, so that is nothing but 4 into 2, 8 bytes, 8 locations, 8 bytes. Okay, so like this your memory will be referred. Okay, but for the better understanding we are drawing that as a table. Okay, table form ga manam draw cheskuntam, but internally it will be stores like this. Okay, the first row indexes are to store the addresses of the column elements. Okay, addresses of column elements will be stored within the row indexes. Okay, so whenever you are giving a x of 0, then it gives that address only x of 0 without giving a column index. If you are giving x of 0, it gives a row first row address. If you say x of 1, it gives a second row address. Okay, so we need to remember this. Okay, it's not required to write in the exams, but we need to remember for better understanding of this arrays. Okay, next, whenever you want to access a particular value, you require the 2 subscripts, that is row subscript and column subscript, because your values are in the column locations. Okay, row index is only for to refer to that column address. Okay, so column address is nothing but the element address. Okay, so that you require the two subscripts to access the any particular value within the two-dimensional array. Okay, you need to give the row number and also the column number. Okay, then only you can access a particular value. Okay, next. Okay, so the syntax to declare the two-dimensional arrays is first we need to give the data type, then the required variable name, then row size and column size. Okay. Say for example, the variable may be declared like say if it is the data type is the int and variable name is the a and square brackets. Based on the requirement, you can give the row size and you can give the column size. 3 rows, 4 columns. So you can store the total values is each row can store the 4 values. So 3 into 4, you can store the 12 values in this array. Okay. Next, to initialize this two-dimensional array, as in the same way you will be declare the array, you will be give the array name, data type, array name, row size, column size. Okay, then you can give the values. Okay, but here in the two-dimensional arrays, whenever you are initializing the array, the column size is optional. Okay, you must give the row size, but column size you can leave it as optional, but you cannot leave the row size. Okay, because it has to know that how many rows are required, but how many elements in each column. Okay, sorry. So here the column size is fixed, row size can be given as optional. Okay, column size fixed గా ఉంటుంది, column size mention చేయాలి, row size ని మీరు optional గా వదిలేయచ్చు. You can be create an array, you can be initialize the array like this, int a of, you may not give the row size, you can give the column size. Okay, now you can initialize the array. Okay, so here how many rows అనేది it will be takes from the your initialization, but how many elements అనేది it will be takes from your declaration. Okay, here you can write each row elements in the another curly brackets. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, this is the first row of elements, comma, next 4 5 6. Okay, this is the second row of elements. Okay, if you want to limit up to the 2 rows, you can close it. Okay, okay, now our system, that is our C compiler, will be considers that you are creating the 2 rows, so the row size is 2. It will be assumed based on the number of rows you are created, but the number of elements in each row must be similar to the specified column size. Okay, it's a 3. Okay, so in our C language it doesn't support the multiple elements in the different rows. Okay, but our Python supports it. You can store the different number of elements in the different rows. Okay, but here in the C it supports only fixed size of columns, fixed number of columns in fixed number of elements in the each and every row. Okay, so you can miss the row size, but you need to mention the column size. Okay, so this is only the optionally you can do like this. Okay, otherwise you want to give without having any confusion, if you want to give the row size you can give. Okay, but if you want to use as an optional, you can use only row size, not the column size. Okay, this is the initialization of the array. So whenever you are declaring the array, then if you are assigning the elements, okay, then that is called as an initialization. Okay, next. So example for this initialization, you can also write like this with the single curly brackets. Then it splits itself. There are the 3 rows, 2 columns. That is, there should be 3 into 2, 6 elements. So it considers the first 2 elements as the first row, second 2 elements as, that is third and fourth elements as the second row, fifth and sixth elements as the third row. That is a 2 1 0. Zeroth row elements is 4, 3. One row are 5, 6. Two are 8 and 9. Okay, like this it can consider as the elements. Okay, or you can give like this. You can split the elements as with the nested curly brackets, and you can specify the each row elements. Okay, otherwise the system itself, it will splits the elements. Okay, this is by default done by the system, and this we are clearly specifying the number of elements in the each and every row. Okay, these are two ways to initialize the arrays. Okay, next. Okay, the indexes of the it starts from the 0 index. Row index starts from the 0 and up to the size minus 1 of the row. Size minus 1 of the row, and column index is also starts from the 0 and size minus 1 of the column. If the column size is 2, 2 minus 1. If the row size is 2, 2 minus 1. Okay, so you can give the combination of these two values. Okay, row values are, say for example, if the size is 3, 3 minus 1, it's a 2. Okay, so you have the indexes are from 0 to 2. So the indexes are 0, 1 and 2. Okay, as the same way, if the column size is also 3, 3 minus 1, it is a 2. So 0 to 2, 0 to 2 indexes. So the values are 0,
0.
1, 2. So you can make a combination of these two values. Okay, row value 0, then column values will be 0, 1, 2. Okay, and row value 1, then column values are again 0, 1, 2. If the row value is 2, again the column values are 0, 1, 2. Okay, so like this you have the combination of values. Okay, so for the 3 by 3 you have the 3 rows and 3 columns. So each row has 3 elements. The first row indexes are 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. The first row, first column, first row, second column. Sorry. So first row, this is second row, 0th column. Second row, second column. Second row, third column. Okay, third row, first column. Third
0.
row, second column. Third row, third column. Like this we can specify the indexes. That is, we can assume the indexes are like this. Okay, for the better accessing of the values, you can use the indexes are like this. Okay, these are the row indexes 0, 1, 2, column indexes 0, 1, 2. Okay, the combination you can use. Okay, here we can store the elements in the each and every index. Okay, next. So memory representation of the two-dimensional arrays, okay, is different from the normal one-dimensional array. Okay, sorry. Okay, here the maybe display is off. Okay, so assume that you have the array with a of 3 by 3 array. Okay, then you have the memory representation as ever. Okay, then you have the memory representation is like this. Okay, there are the 3 locations which are allotted for the rows. This is the 0th row, first row, second row. Okay, this is points to the a list of 3 locations. Okay, it's a 3 locations, and it points to the another 3 locations address. Okay, another 3 locations address, and this third row location points to the another 3 locations. Sorry, 3 locations address. Okay, so like this it will be represents the memory. Okay, the first location represent, that is first row index represents to the starting location of the first row. Okay, second row index points to the second row starting index, and third location points to the third row starting location. Okay. Okay, like this the memory representation of the two-dimensional arrays. Next, or we can also be called as the row measure arrangement or column measure arrangement. Okay. Row measure arrangement is, say for example, in the previous example, the other 6 elements are initialized. Okay, so based on the row arrangement, if you are considering 4 3 as the one row and 5 6 as the one row and 2 8 9 as another row, okay, then the first element of the zeroth row is at the 502 and second element at the 504, and second row elements are from 506 and 508, and third row elements are from 510 and 512 address locations. If it is a column based, okay, then it will be treats like 4 5 8 are in the one column, 4 5 8 are in the one column, and 3 6 9 are in the another column. So 4 is at the 502, okay, and 5 is at the 504, and 8 is at the 506. So that is if it is taking a column elements to be in the first continuous locations, and then the next column elements are in the next continuous locations. If it is storing like that, okay, then you will be get the first element of the each row will be in the one continuous locations, and in the second column elements are in the another continuous memory locations. Okay, like this. You might be think of like this. Okay, this is okay. 4 3 5 6 8 9. Okay, row measure arrangement is it starts from here. Okay, first location stores the first element, next location 3, next location for 5, next location for 6, next location for 8, next location for 9. Okay, like this. It will go by row. Okay, if it is a column arrangement, it first starts with the column. Okay, first location with the 4, and next location with the 5, next location with the 8. Next it comes to the 3, next to 6, next to 9. Okay, like this. Okay, okay, it's a continuous to the another row or another column. It's maybe dependent. Okay, space arrangement, space availability in batti depend avutundi. Okay, it's may be continuous or may not be continuous. Okay, so there are the two types of memory arrangements, like a row arrangement or by column arrangement. Okay. Next, so whenever it has to calculate the address of any particular indexed element, okay, then it takes based on the same as first one dimensional base address plus 2 into the I is the index of the element which we required, I into n plus j, I into n plus j. J is the column index, I is the row index, n is the number of elements. Okay. So this is for the row measure arrangement. Okay, for column measure arrangement, then base address plus 2 j into m, this is the number of elements in the each column, m is the number of elements in each column, n is the number of elements in each row. Okay, and I, this is the row index. Okay, sorry, here it is given m is the row elements, n is the column elements. Okay, say for example, if I want to find out any particular element address like a of 1 2. Okay, we'll find out based on the row arrangement first. Say assume that the base address is the 100. Base address is 100. Okay, so that is initial address for this two-dimensional array. Okay, two-dimensional array base address is nothing but this is the address of the row elements. So first initial ga manaki row elements of 3 locations lo store avutayi annam kada, the first element address in the row in elements lo first element address is the base address. Okay, base address plus 2, I is the 1, into number of elements is assume it has a 3 elements and column is also 3. So 3 plus j value is 2. Okay. So now 100 plus 2 into, that is 1 into 3 is the 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 into 2 10. So 100 plus 10. Okay, this will be the location address for A of 1 2. Okay, 110. Okay, so A of 1 2 is nothing but A of the first row has a 3 elements, so 3 into 2 6 locations. In the second row you are asking for the third element. Okay, third element is again at the first two elements are in the 4 locations. So first row is 6 and 4 10. So after that is after the 10th location it starts the third element. Okay. In the 0th row you have the 3 elements. Okay. So 3 into 2 6. Okay. In the one row again you have 3 elements. Okay, but మనకు కావాల్సిన third element కావాలి అంటే that is nothing but 2 into 2. So 2 elements మనం అడ్రస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తే థర్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్ విల్ బి స్టార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్. ఓకే, 2 ఎలిమెంట్స్ తర్వాత థర్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి 2 ఎలిమెంట్స్ వరకు ఎంత అడ్రస్ ఎంత లొకేషన్ అవసరం అవుతుంది అనేది మనం చెక్ చేసుకుంటాం. 2 into 2 4. Okay, whenever you add this total it's a 10. Okay, after 10 locations it starts the second row third element. Okay, from the base address after 10 locations it starts the third element in the second row. Okay, is it understood? As in the same way for column arrangement also. Okay, so once we will see this 100 plus 2 into j, say it is same for the same 1 and 2. So 2 is the column index into m is the 3, okay, plus I is the 1. Okay, 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 1. Okay, 6 plus 1 7, 7 2s are 14. 100 plus 14. Okay. Okay, this is based on the column arrangement, that is 1 1 4. Okay, so because here you have the column arrangement elements are like this. Okay, first it takes a 3 elements. So ikkada meeku 3 elements తీసుకుంటుంది. Here this 1 is the column, 2 is the row. అంటే ఇక్కడ మీకు ఇది 0th column, this is the 1 column. So it will be takes it as the first column second element, that is first column third row value, that is this value you are requesting. So e value address మీరు find out చేస్తున్నారు. Okay, so you can assume the address now. So it's a 2 bytes 2 bytes 2 bytes, 3 2s are 6. Again this is a 2 bytes, 6 into 2 2. Okay, so it's 5 2s are 10, 10 తర్వాత స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి. ఇక్కడ 14 ఎందుకు వచ్చింది మనకి? Okay, sorry, here the j value is to be taken as 1 and the I value as the 2. Okay, 3 plus 2 5, 5 into 2 10. Okay, so this is also for the same arrangement. Okay, so j value here it is considered as the 1 and I value is considered as the 1 2 here. Okay, so మీకు ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసినా ఆ పర్టికులర్ లొకేషన్ వాల్యూ సేమ్ మెమరీ లొకేషన్ అంటే సేమ్ కౌంట్ ఆఫ్ మెమరీ అడ్రస్ వస్తుంది మీకు, అది రో అరేంజ్మెంట్ అయినా కాలమ్ అరేంజ్మెంట్ అయినా. Okay, so is this clear? Next. Okay, this is for finding the location of the row arrangement and column arrangement values. Okay, Next, we'll see the example on two-dimensional arrays. Once we'll go through the multi-dimensional arrays, then we'll see the examples.
టైం అయిపోయింది.
Time అయిపోయిందా? Okay. Once all of you do one thing, do the addition of a two-dimensional array. So next class ki addition of two-dimensional array cheyandi. I think you might already have the program. So but a program
Yes, ma'am.
చూడకుండా you try to do yourself. So own అంటే ప్రోగ్రామ్ కావాలంటే ఒకసారి రిఫర్ చేసుకోండి, బట్ డోంట్ డూ కంప్లీట్లీ యాజ్ ఎ కాపీ పేస్ట్. ఒకసారి చూడకుండా టూ డైమెన్షనల్ అరే ఎడిషన్ చేసి చూడండి. ఓకే
మ్యామ్ పేపర్స్ పెట్టండి మ్యామ్.
పెడతాను ఇప్పుడేగా క్లాస్ అయిపోయింది. ఓకే, సో యూ కెన్ లీవ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద క్లాస్ నౌ.
మ్యామ్ నాకు పేపర్ ఇచ్చేది జేఎన్టీ వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారా లేకపోతే?
పేపర్ జేఎన్టీయూ నుంచి రాదు, బట్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ద పేపర్ ఫ్రమ్ అదర్ అటానమస్ కాలేజ్. అంటే మన కాలేజ్ కాకుండా ఇంకా అటానమస్ కాలేజెస్ చాలా ఉన్నాయి కదా, సో వాటి నుంచి పేపర్ వస్తుంది మనకి. అటానమస్ కాలేజెస్ అన్నిటికీ అంతే. ఈచ్ అటానమస్ కాలేజ్ విల్ గెట్ ద పేపర్ ఫ్రమ్ అదర్ అటానమస్ కాలేజెస్. 2-3 కాలేజెస్ నుంచి పేపర్స్ తీసుకుంటారు. సో పేపర్స్ తీసుకొని దాన్ని కూడా వాళ్ళు లాటరీ లాగా పిక్ చేసి ఆ పేపర్ మీకు వస్తుంది.
మాకు కూడా 4 సెట్స్ ఉంటాయా మ్యామ్?
4 సెట్స్ ఉండవు, అటానమస్లో సింగిల్ సెట్టే, సింగిల్ సెట్ పేపరే ఉంటుంది. ప్లస్ ప్రతి క్వశ్చన్కి కూడా మీకు పైన యూనిట్ నేమ్ మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు. అంటే ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ అని ఇచ్చి ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ నుంచి 2 క్వశ్చన్స్, సెకండ్ యూనిట్ నుంచి 2 క్వశ్చన్స్, థర్డ్ యూనిట్ నుంచి 2 క్వశ్చన్స్, అలా ఇంటర్నల్ చాయిస్ ఉంటుంది. ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ నుంచి వచ్చే 2 క్వశ్చన్స్లో ఎనీ 1 క్వశ్చన్ యూ కెన్ అటెంప్ట్, అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద సెకండ్ యూనిట్ 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఎనీ 1 క్వశ్చన్. అంటే ఆ ఒక్క క్వశ్చన్లో మళ్ళీ ఏబీ బిట్స్ ఉంటాయమ్మా. అంటే ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ ఉంటుంది. ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్లో ఏబీ బిట్స్ ఉంటాయి, సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్లో ఏబీ బిట్స్ ఉంటాయి. కాకపోతే ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్లో మొత్తం ఏబీ బిట్ కలిపి ఒకటిగా రాయాలి మీరు, లేదా అది రాదు అనుకుంటే సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్లో 2A 2B 2 రాయాలి. సో యూనిట్ 1లో 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ 2 క్వశ్చన్స్కి ఇంటర్నల్ చాయిస్, అంటే ఎయిదర్ ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ కానీ సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ కానీ, ఆ రెండిట్లో ఏదో ఒకటి రాయాలి. అలా మీకు 5 యూనిట్స్ నుంచి 5 2s 10 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. మీరు రాయాల్సింది 5 క్వశ్చన్స్. అంటే నేను క్వశ్చన్ అని చెప్తోంది ఏబీ బిట్స్ కలిపి. ఓకే, సో 5 క్వశ్చన్స్ అంటే 5 క్వశ్చన్స్లో మళ్ళీ ఏబీ బిట్స్ ఉంటాయి, అవి మొత్తం కలిపి రాయాలి మీరు. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
ఓకే, నౌ యూ కెన్ లీవ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద క్లాస్.